Hello. A while back, before all the coronavirus stuff hit, we were doing a series on prayer, and several of you had asked me to say a bit more about the daily Examen by St. Ignatius Loyola. And I started talking about that in one of the Theological Thursdays, where I showed what I told you was my little prayer spot, little sacred space that I'd created at home, where I have a cross and a candle. And while that's true, while that is my little spot that I like to say prayers, what's even more true is this is my favorite spot to say prayers. It is a short hike up from our house. There's my hiking partner. And when I say a short hike, it's only a couple hundred yards up the hill from our house here in Asheville, but it's got a nice little view of downtown Asheville. And as you can see, right in the middle of the woods. And there's a little stone bench here that I like to stop and pause and say my prayers either in the morning or in the afternoon. Ignatian Examen is a very simple prayer, and it is by Ignatius of Loyola. It's in the Spiritual Exercises. And there's plenty that you can read about it if you'd like, but it's really quite simple. It's 5 steps, and it can take as little as 15 or 20 minutes to do, but it's a very powerful thing. And Ignatius wanted his monks or his followers, the Jesuits, to do this on a daily basis. The first step is to recall that you are in the presence of God. Now that's easy to do in a space like this, but really you're to recall you're in the presence of God no matter where you are, whether you're in a car, whether you're in a break room at a hospital, whether you're juggling responsibilities at home. Wherever you are a creature in the midst of creation, and you are to recall that God cares for you in this first step. The second step, after recalling that you're in the presence of God, is to give thanks to God for favors received. To look back over your past 24 hours, refraining from any self-judgment, whether positive or negative, and simply giving thanks for those things for which you are grateful. It's easy to forget, especially if you've had a harrowing day, that there have been some graces or some blessings. And so the second step is to think back over the past 24 hours, recalling only those things for which you are grateful. The third step is to ask for an awareness of the Holy Spirit's aid. It's important to do that before taking the fourth step, which is to examine your day, because you want the Holy Spirit's aid in examining your day so you don't fall into discouragement or despair. So you ask for the Holy Spirit's assistance as you look back over your past 24 hours, and you say something like, please help me to see as you see. God, please help me to see everything through the eyes of love. And then the fourth and really most significant step of all this is the Examen itself, which is to think back over the past 24 hours, recalling who you were with and what you were doing. Best advice I've heard on this is to sort of imagine each of the hours of the day moving by like a slow-moving train, with each of the cars being one of the hours of the day, and just let them go by, and don't stop the train on any one particular hour. Speed it up if you have to, but if there's something that catches your attention, if there was some time during the past day that you felt very strong feelings, or were in some sort of argument or some sort of conflict, or experienced joy, dwell a little bit on that and think about the past 24 hours. Ask who you were with and what you were doing, and importantly, ask yourself, where might you have paused to receive God's influence? And where did you resist God's influence? Where did you resist an opportunity to invite God into your day as you think back over your day? And most days are a mix of that, a mix of resisting invitations and of accepting invitations by God's holy and life-giving Spirit to influence your day. And the fifth and final step after examining your day is to look forward to the next day. And that's a good time to open up your calendar and look at what appointments you might have, what responsibilities you might be undertaking in that day. and to ask for God's assistance in the upcoming day, that you might be more open to the way that God is trying to influence you. What I love about this style of prayer is that it does seek God in all things. It is contemplative in that you're contemplating your day, but what you're doing is you're looking for how God was actually active in the day that you have lived, and look forward to how God will be active in the day that you're about to live. It is the genius of Ignatius of Loyola to find God in all things, that there is no part of creation, no part of any human relationship that God cannot bless and God is not present. So it's a matter of looking for the evidence of God and for a deeper awareness of God. I hope this is useful. Again, there's plenty of resources on Ignatian style prayer. This is only a very basic and simplistic introduction to the Examen, but I hope you find it useful. You can see it's only taken less than 7 minutes to explain. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes to do, and I hope you can find a beautiful setting to do it in. And I hope you find someone who's as patient with your prayers as my companion seems to be with mine. Take care. God bless.